Hello beautiful people, Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates here, coming at you from Flagstaff. Didn't I tell you the next time you saw me I would be in Flagstaff? Here I am. See? You can see it out there. We are at the KOA in Flagstaff. It is gorgeous. It is June 19th, Wednesday. It is 5:04 p.m. A beautiful 80 degrees and sunny. Going down to 48 degrees tonight. This is just blowing our minds. I know there are other places in the country that are this cold, but for where we have spent the majority of our lives, in June you would not get a 48 degree night. You're lucky if you get a 60 degree night. So yeah, we are loving it. We just got here yesterday. Many of you know we had a little bit of a delay getting up here. The upper left corner, above the driver's side on the windshield, seemed to be popping out. So we couldn't go anywhere. We didn't want to drive the rig in case there was something wrong with the windshield. On Monday, or was it Tuesday? I don't remember. It must have been Tuesday. It was yesterday, right? A repairman did come out, a mobile glass servicing person for RVs came out, and he said it's just the gasket popped out. So he was able to put it back into place, and we got on the road yesterday afternoon from Phoenix and came on up to Flagstaff. Now when we left Phoenix, it was 108 degrees. So we were very happy to be coming up to the mountains. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Now, I'm going to try and focus this a little bit more. I have the focus on the outside. The hazy area that you're seeing in here, that's actually the mountain that's right behind the KOA campground. They are doing a controlled burn today, so the air is totally hazy all through this valley. It was perfectly clear this morning, but it's gotten hazier and hazier, and to the point we could see the main peak here in Flagstaff. So the biggest peak here in the Flagstaff area is Humphreys Peak. I believe that is where the ski resort is. Yeah, Snowball is the ski resort here. When we first went out this afternoon, it was totally clear. You could see it. There's still snow up on the peak. By the time we did some shopping at REI, did some shopping at Whole Foods, there's so much smoke cover you can't see the peak anymore. So, but there's a lot of wind, so I'm hoping with controlled burn it's only going to be, today, maybe tomorrow, and then it'll clear off. We did some hiking this morning. There's some trails right out here up on this mountain. We plan on doing hiking every day, getting out and about, so, and then just relaxing the rest of the time. I did get quite a bit of stitching and knitting done, both on the flight out here, and while we were kind of hanging out in Phoenix. So I'm going to show you that and show you a few goodies that I got in the mail, here, because that's how I roll. All right, so first I've been showing this all over Instagram. Shades of Gold, Northern Expressions, and I always have to look, needlework, Shades of Gold, forgive the glare. I'm actually going to turn you a little bit this way. Okay, this is the one that I am doing on 36 count mystery goldish linen with the Darling colorway from Mrs. Sadus, the silk. So I got, let's see, this whole section done, this line done, this whole medallion done, and most of the border done on that medallion. I have most of page 1 done. Page 1 has another little bit right in here, so it kind of comes down here and over somewhere. So I have a little bit of page 1 yet to do, but yeah, this is just, yeah, no words for how much I love this. Just such a gorgeous piece. Every stitch is a pleasure. So that's the one I brought to work on our vacation. And then this is the other one, Quaker Seasons of Friendship. Doing it as a Sal with many, many, many others, and people are still jumping in. So if you want to jump in still, don't hesitate.
I'll jump in. Hello!
And we haven't even had anything to drink yet. We are working on a sleep deficit though. So yeah, if you're interested in still jumping in onto the Sal, please do. Somebody just mentioned on, I think posted on maybe a Facebook comment somewhere, that she just called Dying to Stitch today and ordered the pattern. Other people are still just getting their fabric and their floss, so please feel free to jump in at any time. So this is 40 count weathered shingle fabric from R&R Reproductions, using the copper colorway from Mrs. Sadus. So I brought, let's get that out of the way. I brought these two to work on just because, number one, I didn't want to leave them. And I knew that I'd have a lot of concentrated time to work on them. And so I could get, you know, nice chunks done. So I am currently working on, it's hard to see, this bottom motif here in winter with the two deer, this little archway, and the two deer there. So that's what that is down at the bottom there. Got most of the little motifs filled in what I've done so far. So loving that. And that is with, again, with the copper colorway from Mrs. Sadus. Look how pretty that is. With the sun shining on it, you can probably see some cat hairs. Speaking of cat hairs, all is going well with the pet sitter. At home with the kitties. The pet sitter and her son are enjoying snorkeling and Diamond Head and Pearl Harbor, although they did get rained on in Pearl Harbor, as well as just having some relaxing time in Hawaii. So far, it all seems to be working really well. The other thing I worked on was the sweater. I had put this down basically through Stitch Mania, and I was itching to pick it back up again, so really happy I did. This is called the Palmer Tee. It is by my friend Kat, Kitty Bee Knitting. It's a DK weight. She actually does this in 2 different yarns, holding 2 yarns together to end up with a DK weight. I'm using a cotton llama blend of all things. So this is constructed, you do the front and the back leaf panel, you join them at the shoulders with a 3-needle bind off, and then you pick up stitches all along that edge and knit. And then there's a little kind of a decorative shoulder ladder stitch, she calls it, on the edge. So you do that on this side and you do that on this side, and then you seam up the sides there, and then you pick up stitches around the neck and do a garter stitch border along the neck. And so I got, let me see if I can pick this up and show you so that it makes sense. All right, so there's yarn all over the place. So there we have one side done. There's that ladder stitch on the shoulder. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Just as something different rather than the whole length of it being just simple stockinette. So that's what we have so far. I've picked up the stitches on the other side and I've started to knit the other side. So this will need a good blocking once it gets done, but that's going to be, and it's probably not something I'll be able to wear in Hawaii, quite frankly. Much too hot, but that's okay. Mike and I have plans. All right, goodies. I did get some goodies. So I had asked Anne Robbins of Dying to Stitch to send the muslin bags that I had ordered to my in-laws' house in Phoenix, and it did excuse me, it did come on Monday. I ordered 10 of the bags. So this is the size. You can see compared to an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'm finding that it works quite well to have my project laying somewhat flat. I still have it rolled or folded, especially these big ones that I'm working on that I brought now. And then just kind of, I'm not drawing the drawstring tight. I'm leaving it open and just folding it over. They are getting their name, the store name, Dying to Stitch, and logo silk screened on these. So when you order yours from them, you will have that silk screened on the bags. They wanted to get the order to me, and so they just sent me the bags without the logo on it. Eventually I probably will get more, and I'll have the logo too. They also sent me, do you remember this one, the Dorothy Allen sampler? This is the one that in that package of fabric I got had already been started. And I found out that it was from the Bennington Museum in Vermont. And this is one that was one of their, I guess, first classes that they did when they first started their business. So this is a reproduction sampler. And they sent this to me so that I could go ahead and finish what has been started. It uses, well, it says needlepoint silk. I assume that's NPI, the needlepoint ink silk. I'm going to clarify that with them before I do anything on it. But if you are interested in this, it's kind of hard to see. The letters are kind of pale at the top. And then it has her name and the date. She was age 24 when she did this in 1732. And it is just a little thing. Let's see if I can see the size on here. Doesn't say the size on the back, but it does have some specialty stitches. Herringbone, long-armed cross, and the four-sided stitch. Letters missing. The missing J and U are consistent with the German, sorry, I'm holding this up, I don't even know whether you can see it. The missing J and U are consistent with the German influence, where the I and J were interchangeable, as well as the U and V. The full alphabet did not come into being until after 1750, so that's how early this is. Anyways, if you're interested in this, my understanding is that they were going to have more of these printed. So again, you can call Dying to Stitch. I do not know what the price is on these, but you can call Dying to Stitch to get more information. So, this is a short one today. That's all I have to show you and to talk about. I am going to do another separate short video. I have had several questions over the past few days on the best way to handle and make into smaller chunks the big hank from Mrs. Sadis silk. So I'm going to do a real short video on just showing you how I did it for the copper hank. And this is totally based on a recommendation from one of my viewers. So that's all I have, I think. I am so excited for StitchCon. I'm ready. After a few days of rest and relaxation here, Mike will be heading back to Hawaii and I will be heading to Cincinnati. I have, I think, 10 or 12 people lined up to interview. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be amazing. I don't know how much sleep I'm going to be getting. I'm going to be a basket case by the time I get home. But that's okay. We're going to have fun. So, I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope this little update finds you well. As always, give love, get love. I do have my little piece here that I'm taking with me to StitchCon, but I didn't pull it out of my backpack. So just imagine I'm holding up my little piece that says, give love, get love. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, also, the pictures at the front, whatever I took of our hike this morning. So a little look at the area right outside the KOA campground. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.